All right, so I'm here with Jay from Warsenal. How's it going, Jay?
It's going really great.
Awesome. I am obviously a huge fan of your terrain. I've featured it on my channel a handful of times before. You guys are really well known for making crazy, crazy nice terrain. I have lots of footage of this, so I'll show a bunch of it. But the new and exciting thing, I guess, is the pre-colored terrain that you guys are doing. You're well known for the MDF terrain in the past, but you're moving a lot of that stuff over to the pre-colored terrain. Can you tell us a little bit about the pre-colored terrain and like how do you make it? It seems like witchcraft.
So, it's traditional kind of like laser cut MDF terrain that everybody's familiar with.
Right.
The big difference we do is we use UV printers to print the color surface on there. Mm-hmm. They're designed off of our old designs, but when we do new designs now, we design them in the same way so that we can do the terrain as both color printed. And then there's also still a lot of people that actually still like to paint them, and we get orders for that.
Yeah.
And then we have our painter, Tom, which is Tom Shadle back there in the booth.
Okay.
Yeah, like we like to call him 26 Golden Demon winner Tom Shadle. So you're getting a really professional paint job on them.
Right.
And then they're painted just like you would paint a model.
Right.
It's like the same highlighting, shadowing process and stuff like that. That's the same process we use to paint them. And then it's just digitally instead of analog.
Okay.
And then and then we print that surface on them and we clear coat them, and so that they hold up and that they're sturdy and stuff like that. And then they're packed up and people assemble them. I think the coolest thing about color printed terrain is the story I like to tell people. I think the most profound thing about it is when Tom painted this set for us on our old MDF terrain. And there was less terrain on this table, and it took him literally a year of professional painting, 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, to paint this table. And then it looks the same, and it took us a day to assemble this table.
Yeah.
And I was like, that time investment is what changed my mind on it, because I was on the fence because I was a bit of a terrain snob about it. I like painting my terrain and stuff like that. And it was like the time investment just for my tables was so profound that I was like, that's a no-brainer.
Right, for sure. Yeah, and I think the quality really shows. The level of detail of the paint jobs is gorgeous. And it even has things like edge highlighting, which makes it pop so much on the table, and on a good Infinity table, that's what you want. You want the terrain to pop because it's such a cool aspect of the game. So I love it. That's what really sold me on it, is the quality, because I've seen some other pre-colored terrain, and sometimes the quality is like, I would have rather painted it myself. And I think that's really the big thing for me.
I mean, we try and make it as cool as we can.
For sure.
And as detailed.
So now, a couple of the lines that you do have been converted over to the pre-colored. Are you planning to continue moving the because I know there's at least a handful of other lines.
Yeah. So I think people are going to be really excited. Our next big color line is going to be Cosmica, which is a set that is very popular and we're very famous for. Yeah. And we have a ton of releases lined up for that. We've already started Al-Kazaba, which is our Hak Islam line of terrain. And a lot of people are very excited, and that's one that we get the most requests for. And then
I was talking to somebody about it earlier today. So.
Yeah, and then there's JSA, the Sunamata line for JSA that I know you especially are
big
really
fan,
after.
huge fan.
And I've told you a bunch of stuff I want to design, and we really need to get to it. But the big priority that I'm going to be working on from here to Gen Con, though, is Warcrow. And it's color printed for Warcrow. It's going to be my major focus in trying to get a couple buildings to really be like a really big impact on our Warcrow tables.
Do we have an idea of like what part of the Warcrow universe those are going to be drawn from? Or
yeah, we do have an idea.
Can you tell us?
As soon as cool things about Gen Con get shown,
that's fine.
They will be related.
Okay. Very
thematically on point.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah. That'll be exciting, because also that's more of a, like, obviously Warcrow is big, is a huge deal, and it'll be cool to have terrain for that.
I can give you a secret hint that will make no sense until it comes out. Windows. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm
going to go reread the Warcrow lore book and see if I can figure out what that means. But no, that's very exciting, because that's a cool one, because that terrain will work really well for other systems as well, probably. Like the aesthetic,
It'll be like more typical fantasy, where the sci-fi stuff can kind of, sets like Gigan work for a lot of different things, because it can be like futuristic, it can be modern, but some of our stuff is way more modern. But that set will, I think, have a
universal.
pretty wide universal appeal. Yeah,
for sure. And then the other thing that I was curious about from you guys, and I actually reached out to you specifically because I need it, is new tokens. So N5 obviously just came out, big deal. Most of the tokens are the same, but is there going to be like a new set or updates for the tokens?
So we going live this week is kind of all the stuff we pre-released here at Adepticon. And so that's finally updated N5 booty tokens, metachemistry tokens. We've already released earlier in the year the speedball tokens, which are speedball tokens are really useful and help with like bookkeeping and making that whole process really smooth.
So you don't have to check the chart; it's all right there on the thing. I picked up a set yesterday.
And so those have like some graphical improvements, and then the big thing with N5 markers this year is like usability. So we've replaced all the orders, and so they say spent on the back now, and or like discolored, or not discolored, but like the like more gray. They're like grayed out on the background.
So it's easier to tell what's still
so it's
active.
easier to tell what's changed. We have a lot of tokens like the arm turret tokens that have the profiles on them.
Very cool.
So there's an N5 pass happening to all the tokens, which is just like simple graphic improvements and usability improvements, and all that stuff is coming out in the next couple of weeks.
Very cool. Yeah, I didn't realize how much of a pain. I have just a mishmash of tokens, and I didn't realize how much of a pain it was until I was shooting a battle report for Infinity, and I was like, I really got to get a token set. So I'm looking forward to that because I'm definitely going to be picking it up. Anything else fun and exciting coming up, or I mean, is that enough stuff? We got new pre-colored terrain. We got Warcrow stuff coming. We got new tokens. That's a ton of stuff.
Command boards. People are like trying to strangle me in alleyways for command boards if I don't give them command boards.
So is it going to be like an MDF?
I don't know about MDF. Probably more likely acrylic.
Okay.
We want something that's really clean,
sleek
really,
looking.
Really sleek, really usable, and then maybe expandable or like that can kind of like function with your army or specialize in your army and stuff like that. And it's got some pretty graphics on it. It feels good. It looks good.
Anything that looks shiny, we all love that stuff. Awesome. Cool. So, I mean, one-stop shop for all your Infinity accessories. So I think that'll be a cool addition to the range. But always awesome talking to you.
Yeah,
Thanks.
likewise.
Thanks. Stay tuned for more from Adepticon 2025. I'd like to send a huge thank you to the extremely cool kids tier on Patreon, the Steam Powered Scoundrels, Dogmatize, Devin, and Spanner Rider. And thanks for watching.